around you now.
What's up guys, Magic Matrix back again with another video, and as some of you know from the poster that I put out last week, today is my birthday. So I thought, why not make a happy birthday magic video for you guys? So let's say today is Martha's birthday. Just for the trick, we'll say it's Martha's birthday, and I would have her pick any card that she wanted. Let's say she were to pick this card right here. I would not look at the card, only she would. So I would show her the card, I would turn my head away, and she would memorize that card. Now she could have that card in her hand, and she could show it around to anyone that she wanted so that they could see what the card was as well. It doesn't matter, just as long as I don't see the card. And then I would just go ahead and take the card and put it back somewhere random in the middle of the deck, just like that. And we would go ahead and give it a nice shuffle just to make sure that everything really is randomized, just like that. And why not give it a cut too? So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing Happy Birthday to Martha, and hopefully we'll find her card. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Martha. Happy birthday to you. And hopefully, the 8 of diamonds is her card. That's the trick, guys, and if you want to learn it, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, let's get into the tutorial for the trick that you just saw. This is a really fun and simple trick that can be done at any type of birthday or party gathering. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's say you were performing the trick for me. You would spread the cards out and allow me to pick any card that I wanted. So let's say I decided to pick this card here. You would not see it, only I would, and I could show the audience or whoever else is with me. But in this case, we have the Queen of Diamonds. Again, this card would be hidden from your view, and you would not look at it. Now, while I was looking at the card, you will be doing something with the deck. And what you're doing is you're spreading off the top 10 cards and then getting a pinky break under them. So I like to spread off the cards in groups of 3, and you probably noticed me doing this in the performance because it's kind of hard to hide on this camera angle. But spread them off in groups of 3 like this: 3, 6, 9, and the 10th card, just spread it off by itself. And then as you square these cards back up flush with the deck, you're just going to stick your pinky in there like this, and now you have a break between these cards and the rest of the deck. Now I've looked at the card, and you'll be taking the card back to put into the deck. And you'll be doing something like a bluff pass. What a bluff pass is a move in Magic where you make it look like you're taking more cards off the deck than you really are. And it's mostly used with only a couple cards, maybe 1 or 2 cards. So you do have a bigger chunk here, but still, it's a pretty small portion compared to the rest of the deck. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over with your other hand, and you're going to lift up the 10 cards that you have the break under. You're going to put your fingers on the front edge so that the spectator can't see how many cards you have, and you're going to angle your hand down like this. So the spectator, it will look like you have a bigger chunk of cards than you really do, because they can't see the front edge, and your hand is angled down. You can also cover the rest of the deck in your hand a little bit more so they can't really see how many are in this hand. But it's really most important to cover the front edge of these cards. Then you can come over, and now any way you like, just get that card that they selected back on top. So now my card is back on the deck. And then the rest of the cards that you have here in your hand, you just drop them on top. So now it looks to the spectator like you cut to a random spot and lost a card somewhere in the middle of the deck, when really, you now know that the selected card is in the 11th position. Because you had 10 cards in your hand, their card was placed on top, so 10 cards on top of the selected card means that the selected card is in the 11th position. Now you want the spectator's card, in this case my card, to be in the 21st position. And right now it's in the 11th position, so I'll show you how to get it into the 21st. You'll take the cards like this, and say that you're going to shuffle the deck. You're going to peel off a big chunk of cards, a quarter or a half, somewhere around there, just make sure it's a pretty good amount. And then you're going to peel off 10 cards singly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th card, you're going to peel off, but you're going to in-jog the card like this so that it's sticking out slightly from the deck. So you can see here, it's not completely flush. And then the rest of the cards can just be shuffled on top like this. So now you'll notice there's a card here that's sticking out. And you need that to be like that so that you can get another pinky break. So you can kind of angle the deck away from the spectator so that they can't really see. Obviously on camera, it's pretty noticeable, but from the front angle, if you're really performing this in real time, the spectator would not be able to see behind the deck. So you can angle the deck sort of like this so that they can't see that card that's sticking out. And you'll take your thumb of your opposite hand, you'll push down on that card that's sticking out, and what it will do is it will lift up on these cards, leaving a break, and then you'll stick your pinky in there. So now you have a break between these two halves. And then all you do is you take the rest of the deck that's on the top here and say we're going to cut the deck. You cut that onto the table and then you cut the other half of the cards on top. And now the card is in the 21st position. Because you already had it in the 11th position, you placed 10 cards on top of it and then you cut the deck so now those cards go back to the top. So to the spectator, it looks like you really mixed up the deck and their card is lost somewhere random, but you know it's going to come exactly where you need it to be. So now you get into singing happy birthday to whoever you're performing the trick to. In this case, you'd be singing happy birthday to me. And it's very simple how this works. You're basically placing a card for every word, and the longer words sometimes get 2 cards. So the only words they get 2 cards are birthday and the person's name. So in this case, Nathan. So birthday and Nathan, in this case, are the only 2 words that are getting 2 cards placed down for them. All the other words like happy, to, you, dear, all those words, they only get 1 card. So this is how it would work. You would do happy birthday. So you see birthday got 2 cards. To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Dear gets 1 card. Nathan. My name got 2 cards. Happy birthday to you. And now you can either place this card on top and pick it up afterwards or just keep it in your hand. But the way the card is set up, the selected card will be on the last word you, and you can flip it over and you can see that it is the Queen of Diamonds, the card that I selected. So as long as you get the card set up like this, with the selected card in the 21st position, and you make sure that you only place the cards down for the correct syllables. Remember, birthday gets 2 cards for the word, the name gets 2 cards for the word, and all the other words only get 1 card. If you do that, it will always end up being that you'll land on the spectator's card, and that will be a great surprise for them on their birthday. So I hope you enjoyed learning this trick. Definitely go perform it to anyone that you know has a birthday coming up. But that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed this trick, and I'll see you next time.